You can feel the energy in this building. They are fired up for game one. Back with that after this. Welcome in, baseball fans, and here in New York, MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the Minnesota Twins taking on the New York Yankees. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. Game one is always critical in a postseason series, Singy.
Yeah, and this is when you love having home field advantage, Boog. If you capture game one, you're full of confidence that you've got a chance to ride that momentum for the rest of the series.
And on the visiting side, starting pitching is always the big key in a game like this to kick off a series.
Yeah, you need a strong performance on the mound. That's the #1 way to cancel out the home field edge we just mentioned.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about ready to roll here. And towing the slab in this one, Garrett Cole.
Power pitcher. He's going to speed you up with the fastball velocity, and out of his hand will explode the breaking ball. Very difficult for hitters to keep that front side closed and hit the ball the other way, because they know if they're not ready to pull the trigger, the fastball will beat them.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Makes the catch for the out.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until he's...
Matt Wallner, the next Twin up to hit. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in game one. Runner takes off. Strike in there. Go to second. Out there. And that ends the inning.
Well, trying to get into scoring position, but a great catch and throw to end the inning. That's the way to pick up the pitcher.
One out, base is empty. And stepping in is the speedy Joshua Anderson. And a foul ball. In the postseason, you see just how important every last play can be. You never know what's going to make the difference in the end. Outside. And now it's even 1-1.
Like you said, Boog, every play is so pivotal at this point of the year. As a player, you've got to be locked in. Can't make a mistake that could cost your team the season.
Swings through that one. Just missed.
A really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And there's ball 4.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
1 gone, runner at first. Up to the plate steps DJ LeMahieu.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt. In the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
Off the mark there. And the count's even at 2.
It's a good take.
Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout.
Typically that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
Here's the shortstop at the play, Anthony Volpe, and makes the play, and that's out number 3. 1 left for the Yankees. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Game 1 of the division series. Here's Byron Buxton. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Anderson takes it in for the out. And there's 1 down.
The catcher, number 34, Joshua Anderson.
That one is absolutely belted. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. And into second easily with a 2-out double. Now a relay to the plate. Here's the tag. They get him. And that's the inning. The Yanks lead one. They're down 1-0. Back in the Bronx, here's Trevor Larnach.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Trying to bunt his way on. Throw not in time. It's an unlikely infield single.
He was racing down the line and probably didn't assume he was going to be safe until his foot hit the bag and looked up for the umpire. Nice bunt and great hustle to get himself a knock.
And now Edouard Julien.
You have to find a way to score the runner from third, especially with less than 2 outs. Wait for the pitch you want and hit it as hard as you can.
Liner, base hit. Runner in from third to extend their lead. It's 3-0.
The catcher, number 34, Joshua Anderson.
Swing and a miss, strike one.
So impressive how the velo is still there even this deep into the outing.
The Twins leading by 5 here in game 1 of the ALDS. Close but called a ball. And that's ball 1.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Righty delivers. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Here comes a pitch. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Now it's LeMahieu up to hit. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2. Step off. Oh, he jumped early. They get the tag on him, and that's the 2nd out.
Really nice job right there, especially on the mound. Sometimes when that runner breaks, everybody panics, especially the pitcher, and then you don't make the play. You don't execute what needs to be done to get that runner out. That time he just stepped off calmly.
Man at first, Edouard Julien, the next Twin up to hit. Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Throw, and they got him.
2 unsuccessful stolen base attempts tonight, so I think this is where we probably see them change up their plan offensively. The running game just isn't working, and those are costly outs. So they're going to have to string together some hits and change things up a little bit.
Now at the plate, Joshua Anderson. It's interesting he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
Stewart is just one strike away. And a curve misses outside. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely, and I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
And the right-hander deals. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. In comes the runner from third. It's 5-2.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Yohan Duran taking over on the mound.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
Runner at first with 2 away. And now it's DJ LeMahieu digging in. And a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Upstairs, the Yankees looking to rally. Ground ball, and this should do it. Over to first, and that'll do it. And the Twins take game 1 of the series on the road. Anderson did well despite the loss. Put together a 3-hit performance.
No question that he delivered at the dish for him. Even though it wasn't enough to get them the W, this was a good showing at the plate.
Your final score 5-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon. Into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the Minnesota Twins going up against the New York Yankees. John Shambi and Chris Singleton with you, and a lot riding on this one as these teams meet for game 2, Chris.
Yeah, this might be the game to actually decide the series, Boo. When it's 5 games, getting a 2-0 lead is a dominant position to be in, and I don't see this series getting to a 5th game if we have a repeat of game 1's outcome in this one.
Yeah, the Crows start circling for a team that falls into a 2-game deficit, not where you want to be. First pitch coming your way next. All right, first pitch coming up. And on the mound now, Nestor Cortez Jr.
Oh, this guy featuring that straight four-seam fastball, but off of it throws the cutter, and really he's most effective when he's using that cutter off the four-seam fastball just to miss the barrel of the bat. Not always going to see the swings and misses, but if you can somehow get weaker contact, you have a chance to collect some outs. Now, it's going to look the same until the very last second, so hitters are going to have to make a decision and hope that sometimes they're able to guess right.
And he lays down a bunt. And that's a bunt single. That was placed perfectly.
He was racing down the line and probably didn't assume he was going to be safe until his foot hit the bag and looked up for the umpire. Nice bunt and great hustle to get himself a knock.
And here's the catcher, Joshua Anderson. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
And right back to the mound. Throws to first in time.
Batting sixth, the third baseman, DJ.
The atmosphere around postseason baseball, there really isn't anything like it in the sport. It's the time of year where the rally towels come out and the crowd energy gets cranked up even higher. This one popped up right side. Farmer snags it for the second out.
You look up in the stands in games like this, you just see a giant mass of color. Everything just blurs together, and it can be
2 outs, runner at first. Here's the left fielder, Austin Martin. And he deals. This one popped up, foul ground, first base side. He makes the grab, and that is that. Twins wind up stranding one, not going their way. It's 7-0. Saying 4 homers in 22 games at Old Yankee Stadium. What do you remember?
Well, I remember my rookie year hitting 2 in one game, and before that game in the clubhouse, there was a gentleman there who owned a suit company there in downtown Manhattan, and he said to me, "Hey kid, you hit a home run in the game tonight, come over to the store tomorrow and I'll give you a free suit."
That one ran inside, almost got him.
So I went into the game. I happened to hit 2. When I walked into the store the next day, and he looked at me, he said, "You're trying to put me out of business, aren't you?" And that was a great experience that I had as a rookie playing against the Yankees, playing in New York.
One down, base is empty. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the...
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the catcher, Joshua Anderson. Stama back to work. And there's a ball. And he hits a ground ball right side in plenty of time to first. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
The third baseman, DJ.
Next is the designated hitter, Edouard Julien.
Designated hitter, Edouard Julien.
Off the mark there, and that is ball 1.
Not giving him a pitch to hit there isn't a bad thing. He's dealing with a great first pitch hitter up there.
Man at second. Pitch misses there, and the count is 2-0.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
Gonzalez deals. On the ground, and foul ball. They're down to their final strike. The Twins down to their final strike. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And that'll do it.
Well, this was a must-win for this team. Game 2 of the series at home after dropping Game 1. They win it today. They feel a lot better heading to the next ballpark for Game 3.
Here's another look at the numbers from this shutout victory.
Well, it takes a team effort to produce a shutout. I mean, sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
8-0 is how this one ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Surrounded by smoke, speeding coolers, got me spilling my drink. I get it, I'm in it to win it, I'm minding my business. I get it, but that race is on it, I get it. I move on the low, I get it, you won't even know.
Festivities wrapping up. The crowd is electric, and we'll be back to get it going right after this. From Target Field in Minneapolis, MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the New York Yankees taking on the Minnesota Twins. John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton. A lot going on in this series as we get ready for Game 3, Singy.
Man, it's been fun so far, Boog, that's for sure. After splitting the first two, Game 3 takes on even more meaning than usual. You don't want to be the team that drops this one and then be faced with having to win 2 games in a row in order to take the series. That's tough.
And the pressure on the starting pitchers is big in this one. Each of them is being counted on to come through with a quality performance, hoping to save some of that bullpen for really critical games coming up. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go now. And today's starting pitcher, Joe Ryan.
Well, this guy's got sort of a tweener, not quite a slider velocity and not as slow as a curve. It's in between, and he adds and subtracts velocity on it, which makes it harder for the hitters to really get that front foot down and have the timing they need to be successful.
First offering, runner goes, strike in there. Throw, save! Here's Royce Lewis.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. 2 down.
Batting fourth, the 17th, Byron Buxton.
And up next for New York, Joshua Anderson. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. Buxton makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Batting fifth, the third baseman.
Man at second here with 2 away. Ryan Jeffers, the next Twin up to hit. Kicks and fires. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. And he makes the catch. And that'll do it. So a run on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Game 3 moves on to the 4th. It's the Twins 2 and the Yankees 1.
Now batting.
For Joe Ryan, the journey's so interesting when you think of a guy who started his college career at Cal State Northridge and then ultimately transferred to a Division II school, Cal State Stanislaus. That one's sizzling on its way through to the outfield. Here comes the throw. It's offline, and he scores.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield. And even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that.
Here's DJ LeMahieu. Here's a 1-1. Hit on the ground to the right side. And it's through for a hit. Coming around third is Soto. He scores and they have the lead. 3-2.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
One down. Anthony Volpe, the next to hit. And the righty deals. Fouled off. He was late. It was out of Cal State status laws that he was a 7th-round pick by the Rays, and then eventually got a chance to make his way through the Rays system, and then was dealt for Nelson Cruz to the Minnesota Twins.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Anthony Rizzo steps to the plate. And it is 2-1. Traffic on the bases with 2 already in to score here in Game 3 of this American League Division Series. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Good job at damage control right there. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and a couple left on. We're midway in the 4th. Yankees 3 and the Twins 2. Matt Wallner getting ready to hit.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
Here goes the runner. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second, and he's out.
Well, I really didn't expect him to try to steal second base because he had a very standard lead at best. If you're going to try to get there safely, you've got to get more on that lead. You've got to get a better jump. That was the difference between being safe and out.
Third game of the division series. And stepping in for the Yankees, Joshua Anderson.
One wonderful thing about the postseason, you never know who's going to be the hero. It could be the superstar, but often it's a far more unlikely player.
1-0.
Hey, drive that pitch. Oh, here we go.
And that one is lifted in the air. Buxton sprinting after it. Pulls it in on the run. And there's 1 down.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of.
So first and second with 2 outs. Here's the Yankees catcher now, Joshua Anderson. 1 for 3. Up the middle. What a stop. The throw. Nicely done for the out. 1 run in the inning, but they lead 2. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. The Yankees 4 and the Twins 2. So 2 down. Joshua Anderson stepping in now for the Yankees. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
Yeah, there's a breaking ball that drops in there. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely, and I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So they go quietly there. 8-9-1 due up in the bottom of inning number 9. It's the Yankees 5 and the Twins 2.
Game threes are very critical when you have a series tied at 1-1 because you put yourself up. Anytime you go down, you're always chasing. When you're up in the series, you feel like you're in the driver's seat. Nice win today.
And your final score, 5-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.
Talk a big game, hope you walking out. Keep it to yourself or you can get gone. It don't even matter what you do. Now they gon' believe me over you. And let me find out that you're spreading fake news. Trying to play games, little boy, you lose.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the New York Yankees taking on the Minnesota Twins. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And Singy, there's been a lot to talk about already in this series as we head into Game 4.
And I'll be interested to see if these teams approach it any differently, with one on the brink of elimination and the other just a win away from putting an end to this thing. You know, in the postseason, I think you have to treat every game the same, but there's something about an elimination game that could put a team just into a different mindset.
Yeah, and the strategy could certainly change in this type of game. It's hard to manage the same way when in any given at bat, it can impact everything you've been working for throughout the season. First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about ready to go. Getting the nod in this one. Bailey over. What do we need to know here?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
So first and second with 2 outs. And next for New York, Joshua Anderson. Bounced out to short. They take the force out, and the inning is over. Yankees nothing. Twins coming to bat. You're watching the American League Division Series on the show. Now it's the DH, Willie Castro.
The designated hitter, Willie.
The wind of the pitch. Bunting for a hit. Save!
He was racing down the line and probably didn't assume he was going to be safe until his foot hit the bag and looked up for the umpire. Nice bunt and great hustle to get himself a knock.
And next for Minnesota, Edouard Julien.
For whatever reasons, this is a hitter that performs better in night games. We'll see what he brings in this one.
Runner takes off. Strike in there. Throw. Save.
Here we go now. Come on.
The catcher, number 34, Joshua Anderson.
Hit hard. Should be extra bases. 1 run's in. 2 runs are in. Coming around third is Soto. The relay throw. He will score, and they take the lead. 3-2.
His confidence level is so high. Really nice job of coming through in a big spot. Just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate. Doesn't come naturally for most hitters.
Here's DJ LeMahieu. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in game 4 of this ALDS. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And a pitch. Inning over, and it could have been worse. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. Yankees 3 and the Twins 2.
The batter.
Anderson measures 6 feet 2 inches. Only 18 years old, and he was a 10th round pick in 2023. That one finds the corner. Strike 1. Let's talk about great individual postseasons. One that really sticks out to me is Ricky Anderson in 1989. He hit .441 with 3 homers and 11 stolen bases, leading Oakland to a World Series championship. Next offering in there for a strike. 1-2.
Man, when I think about great postseason performances, hard to top Carlos Beltran in 2004. 8 homers and 6 steals in 12 games with the Houston Astros. He didn't even get to play in the World Series that year.
Not even close there. 3-2 now. In the air, right field. Wallner makes the catch. 2 away.
Now batting.
This is Willie Castro. With the go-ahead run at the plate late here in game 4. And that's bunted out in front of home plate. Safe. He beats it.
Well, he's just given himself up to move 2 runners into scoring position right there, but somehow the defense can't get an out anywhere, and this is quickly turning into a golden opportunity for this offense.
1 down, and stepping in for the Yankees, Joshua Anderson. 1 for 3. Alcala, 28 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Bounce to the left side. Slings to first, gets the catcher by a step. Now here is Joshua Anderson. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. And that's in there for strike 1.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely, and I think
that one 95 to finish him off. 2 runs in the inning, but they strand 3, and 9-1-2 scheduled to lead off the bottom of the 9th. It's the Yankees 7 and the Twins 3. And now the Minnesota designated hitter, Willie Castro. Hard ground ball, base 9. And they get it in quickly. First and third now with nobody out. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or two.
Here's Royce Lewis.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
Into center. He makes the grab. Runner tags for home. And the New York Yankees are headed to the AL Championship Series.
Well, really solid division series win. They can move on to the next round and I think relax a little bit more. Congratulations. Get ready for the ALCS.